Hi, Scorpio. February 2023 for Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising, especially Rising, is all about moving forward with great speed, momentum, directionality, and clarity of decisions and actions regarding issues to do with money, lending, mortgages, taxes, but in a good way, shared resources with a partner or spouse, and things to do with your health and your work as well. You are getting the best out of Mars after he's saturated your eighth house of chunky money for so long, and now he's speeding up and giving you a lot of good juice. Well, at the very same time, your pleasure, your joy, your romance, and your love are being sweetened up by Venus, the goddess of those things in that house of her joy. Let's talk about how this is all going to play out for you in this wonderful month of February 2022. 23. Now, first of all, if you're new to my channel, I'm going to give you my spiel. My name is Lori Lothian. I'm a whole sign house astrologer using the Western Tropical Zodiac. All astrologers on YouTube do whole sign houses. That's how we delineate the chart. Whole sign houses mean that your first house is one whole sign, one whole house. You don't have half of one sign and another because your ascendant's at 28 degrees. I can give you a million lectures about why you don't want to be thinking Placidus. Listen to the wisdom of the ancient world. This is how it really worked. Second of all, I will tell you that if you want to have a reading with me, I am booked out till April, but you can do that. Check my description box below. On top of that, if you want a discount of 20% off, join my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter. You automatically get not only weekly forecasts by email from me every weekend, but a discount code for any session with me. And finally, if you want to study with me, Sky Reader, Time Your Own Life, Be Your Own Astrologer is coming. Time Your Best Life, Be Your Own Astrologer is coming up in March. It's an 8-week course, and it's got a limit on how many students I take. There is a wait list to be early bird notified for discounts, but just for getting in. And if you want to join my Patreon community, it's kind of nice because you get to listen to this content ad-free anywhere from minimum usually 3 days before the general public up to 2 weeks before. And you get to see me in a couple of times a month in a Zoom meeting. And you get discount codes for my courses and also readings with me, more so. So that community is really growing right now, and I really love my Patreon. Come jump on in if that appeals to you for a minimum investment monthly of $5 a month, and you can quit whenever you want if you don't like it. All right, let's get rolling. It is time to talk about you and how, as a Mars-ruled being, you have been going through a period of time which is pretty challenging around finances, as well as secrets, your secret forbidden life, secret romances, or secrets about your marriage and romance as well. Mars has been in your 8th house now for a long time, a very rare transit. It started late August on the 20th, and he finally leaves on March the 25th. So that long duration of your Lord, of your sign in your 8th house, may have made you feel like there's a lot of areas of your financial life that have been needing to be cut, cleaned up, severed. It's almost like he's gone into your Gemini 8th house of loans and taxes and mortgages and investments and inheritances, and he's been working his ass off in there for you to clean it up, like, because he's a god of eliminating and severing, but for you, what you don't need there. Now, honestly, for some people in relationships, this could be challenging because this could be where you and your partner start to talk about how to separate Mars, the jointly held resources in an existing long-term marriage or relationship. On the other hand, he could also give you new momentum in the month of February regarding some investment strategies or stock investments going in a new and more powerful new direction positively. He can also help you eliminate waste and also reduce debt by eliminating wasteful ways that you have debt, like high interest credit cards. Now you can find a low interest loan, that kind of thing. He can bring inheritance here, as can other planets, but this would be an unexpected, not unexpected, but a sudden, ending of someone's, life in your family of origin system, and maybe a sudden or even accidental ending, because you've got accidents in the house of death, but it can bring inheritance through those kinds of means. I'm not trying to worry you, but I have to be honest, and this is in play until March the 25th. And some of you may already know this is to be true because this has been happening since August, and some of you may have received news of an inheritance during this window of time. I am just putting on my super yay, super chill roll on by Sage, a company in Canada, because I have been working really hard today and I'm starting to lose my mental focus. And the last thing I want to do is lose mental focus in the middle of Scorpio's reading. So this is like a sort of a soothing smell, but it also kind of gets your brain working again. Okay, so next. Scorpio, you've been under a lot of duress, right? You've had a South Node eclipse cycle moving through the house of you. You may feel physically depleted. You may have had some health challenges, and that's getting ready to finish up in July, but this is coming to the very tail end of it. But I do think that that's complicated by the retrogradation of Mars, your ruler, which would have slowed down things to do with your health and your work and resolutions around that. And that's finally also no longer true. Mars did start to move direct on January the 12th. And now in February, he's getting lots of speed. So not just direct motion, but speed. Okay. And that's what you really want. He'll be going between the 10th and the 19th degrees of your 8th house. So that's a lot of territory, a whole decan or 10 degrees that he's covering in 1 month, in the month of February. So you can look for good news around and picking up pace around finances, work, debt elimination, health, things like that. Maybe a decision to get a pet could happen here. Jupiter is in the house of pets in your sky during the month of February, and just having him there means that like a bounty of animals or pets could be coming into your life, or good news about pets. He also can bring you good news about legal matters to do with tenants and agreements. You could be renting a place, or someone could rent your place out, or you could have some good news in the workplace. And that Jupiter transit's been going on now since December 20th and does not end all the way until middle of May. But you kind of like, the boss loves you, you get raises and promotions, you're succeeding usually with this transit in work and health areas. And so one of the things I say, now that your Lord Mars is moving forward quickly, not slowly, and in the money house, looking back at your pets and tendencies, and debt house, new pets, paying off debt, good news about pets, better health for you, all these things are picking up in February. I think you're going to love the vibe here of getting some financial relief and momentum. Also, you have Venus, the goddess of money and love and beauty and art and all good things, pleasure, in your house of pleasure. This is called Venus in the house of her joy. Venus exalting herself in your Pisces 5th house is nothing but pure yay and yum. And it's really a lovely time for having a child. This is one of those fertility transits. So if you or your partner, Scorpio rising, especially Sun and Moon secondarily, are thinking of trying to get pregnant, this could be very positive for you in this window of time. She's there January 26th to February the 20th. So that's a fertility window, but it's also a time for just enjoying your sex life and having more play and fun in your romance. If you were a single Scorpio, you're going to definitely be able to date somebody or meet somebody during this transit that you'd have a lot of passion and sizzle and fun. But Venus in Pisces also looks for the divine complement, the soulmate, nothing frivolous here. Okay, so you know that already, because your 5th house of romance is ruled by Pisces, and you're looking for spiritual, looking for deeper meaning in relationships and romance. Knowing that Jupiter will enter your 7th house starting mid-May and be there for a year, and is preceded by this Venus exaltation, if you start dating somebody in the month of February to the 20th of February, this is somebody who's probably going to end up becoming a significant life mate. Okay, it's going to like start to escalate into more serious relationships status starting mid-May onward. If you have any children, and Venus is exalting your 5th house until February 20th, this is good for your children and for your relationship with your children. And finally, just having fun again and enjoying life and feeling vitalized and creative. If you're an artist and Venus comes to the 5th house, and this is Neptune's already there, this is beautiful inspiration and soulful inspiration around creativity and art. If you have your own business enterprise, this up-levels your independent business as well. And during this transit until February 20th, there's a really couple sweet spots in Venus's journey through your 5th house that I'd like to talk about. If you're single, Venus will square Mars around the 4th and the 5th of February, and that can definitely look like a sizzling hot, exciting relationship, but it kind of looks secret. Like you might keep it under wraps because Mars is in the house of secrets and hidden love affairs, and for some reason you might have a super sizzle, but you won't tell people about it. So you might end up having mad, passionate, secret sex with somebody, but you're keeping it on the low key, low down. You're not wanting to tell the world, or they're not telling the world. I don't know why, but that could be that signature. Or you have the most amazing sexual tantric union full of like, Shiva Shakti moments of bliss and or extraordinary experiences with a Kundalini flying. That could also happen with this Venus Mars energy around the 4th and the 5th of the month. And this could happen with the one you're with as well, just because Venus rules your 7th house of committed love. And this could really up level a sexual synergy and excitement and a little bit of kink even with the one you're with, because the kink house can be the 8th house where Mars is traveling. And finally, as Venus goes forward in the sky, she does a couple other lovely little things for you. One, she sextiles Uranus around the 7th and 8th of the month. This can bring some unexpected and exciting news and information or developments and outcomes regarding pregnancy, fertility, your main love partner, your main squeeze, unexpected and exciting developments around a client or someone you serve, a customer. If you have an independent business, especially, some crazy ass excitement and unexpected but positive developments for money luck. Now, this is like one of those places where I play the lottery or go to the casino or be willing to go to the bingo hall, because this is the house of money that comes to you in wins, like from games of chance, where Venus is traveling, and then she's in a Uranus sextile to the 7th house. Well, that's kind of more like the legalese, certainly when you win a lottery, you're going to have to sign a bunch of documents with certain parties, usually governments, right, to do with that. So I mean, it could bring some money luck, but it also could be some exciting news regarding your children. It could also be about your main love partner. Again, a lot of you, this could look like a fertility transit on steroids regarding you or your partner, depending who has the uterus. They're called women. So some of you'll get the joke. I'm so not woke. Next, just before that, around the 5th, 6th, 7th of the month, just before the lucky, sparks flying, unexpected money and love stuff and fertility stuff, Mercury, the messenger of the gods, moving through Capricorn, will sextile Neptune in your 5th house of romance and children and fertility and independent business and inspiration. Well, this is like maybe some kind of exciting news for a leisure trip with the one you love. Mercury in Capricorn at that time is still in the house of Capricorn, where he's been since December 6th, a luscious opportunity for travel or for learning. Either one could be coming through your sky, learning or travel, or it could be a very big deal for you. But if you're single, this is like the 3rd house is your dating apps, right? So this is your online dating world. Mercury is the messenger, the news, you're texting or you're thumbs upping or swiping which way, or they're swiping. And the next thing you know, there's some kind of news from the dating app house to the house of romance. And this is around the 6th and 7th, sparks can start to pick up here, because at the end of the day, there's a special Valentine's Day where Venus will join with Neptune in the house of romantic love. If you are looking for a relationship and this is starting to form, this is a very special Valentine's Day, give or take a day or two on either side. If you are already with someone, you and your loved one are going to create a very romantic and special time together that's really auspicious and awesome. If you're an artist, you're going to create some of the best art and creative stuff in your life, the most inspired and muse-fired stuff, as I say, shit, on Valentine's Day. Maybe you're going to craft the perfect song that's going to become a hit because it's like hitting the heart of true love stories. Venus and Neptune here are dreamy, magical, enchanted, high love, beautiful love, divine love energies around Valentine's Day in your romantic love house. Finally, if your children are old enough to be romantic, maybe it's their romantic story and you're watching on the sidelines. Around the same time, the Valentine's Day story, you're going to also have the Sun conjunct Saturn. And Sun, Saturn in Aquarius co-joining could be some developments around property, land, home, and real estate. Saturn has given you a hard time here, Scorpios, ever since like seriously March of 2020. I know a lot of Scorpio rising in particular who have been trying to find their perfect nest or home, or having to sell a home and having troubles doing it, or wanting to buy one and can't. And now with the Sun joining Saturn, and this is the last time they'll come together in 30 years, the solar energy is connected to leader and success energy, and Saturn is going the distance, and possibly, and like a couple of thoughts, I mean, don't want to worry, you could finally find the perfect home, or something's going to work out regarding things that were hard in the home. On the other hand, this is a house to do with your mother, father energies, a family of origin. Saturn could be the elder, and Saturn Sun could be the death of a patriarchal figure. All right. So if you have an elder like granddad or dad or something like that, and they're not doing so well with their health, this could be a signal for that to be looking kind of inheritancy. And I already talked about Mars in your eighth house being kind of inheritancy. So some Scorpios could be seeing that come through the shoot or the time frame, down the pipeline, I should say. That's going to be around, yeah, Valentine's Day as well, around that time. A little bit earlier, Mercury and Pluto come together at 29 Capricorn. That is a third house story. It could be a very important time with powerful news coming through, a sibling or aunt, uncle, cousin, niece, or nephew, things to do with online world or local neighborhood, and also skills-based learning, some kind of powerful newsy development or selling and marketing development in your third house. Mercury likes to protect travelers. Pluto is power, and 29 Cap is intense, it's anoretic. So look to the 10th of the month of February for some opportunities for travel that can help power you up in your work or career. Could just be a work trip, for example. Or a trip with a childhood friend. There's another option there, or a sibling. And then lastly here, I didn't know if I mentioned this, I'm losing my order here, but I talked about Venus exalting you until the 20th, and just be aware that after she leaves your romance and fertility house, she will move into your sixth house, and she can help you with money issues to do with debt or tenants and leases, or things to do with your health and making you feel healthier from Venusian ways, which in Aries would be finding actions you take, like exercise that you actually like. She's kind of a kickboxer here. She's kind of like Xena Warrior Princess or Lara Croft Tomb Raider. She might encourage you to get back into like your martial arts version of health and wellness. But she can help you with money stories here, even if she's in debility, because she's talking to Mars, the ruler of your house of debt. So for a lot of you guys who's in the house of mortgages and loans and credit cards and credit card debts, a lot of you look like a Scorpio. So you're going to be able to clear some debt significantly when Venus enters your sixth house, which will happen, as I said, in the last 10 days of February. Mercury, moving through Capricorn, finally leaves that zone from, your third house of siblings, trips, travel, and online and local neighborhood. And he's, busy there, maybe making you commute a lot or travel. He gets out of that part of your sky. It moves into your fourth house, and that's going to be really good for buying and selling property, land, and real estate, and negotiating deals around property, land, and home and real estate, or doing a lot of messaging and marketing from your home base, February 11th to March the 2nd. So look for that uptick in mercurial activities in your fourth house. He's loving up and flowing to Mars in your eighth house of mortgages and loans and bank debt and leveraging money, and that can only look really good on you, but also can activate legacy money and inheritance negotiations as well. And that is going to be February 11th to March the 2nd. Finally, to round this out, you're going to find that having Mercury sextile Jupiter is going to feel really lovely. On the 16th to the 18th of the month, give or take, you're going to have Mercury in a sextile relationship to Jupiter in your sixth house. Now, this is definitely good for getting a pet or negotiating a deal on a pet again, or leasing a home or selling a home or buying a home and eliminating debt as you do all of that. Some kind of good news coming from your family of origin that helps you financially even. Things are positive here. This is like Mercury in the house of the mother, leaning into Jupiter in the house of debt. Maybe your mother is going to be financially well off all of a sudden and give you a bunch of money. I mean, just making stuff up, or mother figure. But also, if you're trying to sell a property, when Mercury goes into the fourth house, it's about negotiating, but it's also about marketing. So again, it's an opportunity for you with Mercury in that part of your sky, February 11th to the end of the month, to really, really up-level a potential ability to move property, sell property, or buy property. Okay, just know that. And then, feels opportunity and lucky breaks coming through the 16th to the 18th in that theme as well of February. Venus will sextile Pluto on the 19th of the month, and Pluto is power, and Pluto's in your siblings and aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews, and local neighborhood part of the area of your life, your hood, your neighborhood, your neighbors. Venus is sextiling Pluto. She's a god of friendliness, and she's doing it from your fifth house. So positive developments with the neighborhood and the neighbors that bring you more play, joy, and pleasure. Sometimes it could just be as simple as having fun out in the neighborhood and having the time of your life in a local pub or something. Who knows, around the 19th of the month. month, or celebrating and having joyful celebration regarding good news that you're doing in the month of February around the 19th. Oh, wait. Venus, Pluto. Yeah, I got that right. Had a moment. Finally, you could also find, let me keep moving, that Mercury will love up your Mars around the February 21st to the 23rd, which is again super good news about mortgages. But at the same time, mortgages, loans, bank loans, inheritances, stock investments, big energy, powerful, good stuff going on here. 21, 22, 23, but that's with Mars. But at the same time, you've got Mercury squaring Uranus, and that could be some unexpected, shocking developments regarding your business and love partner. So there's two things happening at once: the good money news with the shocking developments with your partner. Scorpios, I don't know what to make of it. Maybe that's like, I'm pregnant, and you're going, thank God, we're going to sell this property and move into a bigger house. I mean, who knows? So the news from the partner may be surprising. Or unexpected developments and news about that with your marriage or business partner. Okay. That's all I can tell you about that. Or if you're trying to negotiate a contract for buying and selling a house, some disruptive energies around the 21st to the 23rd, but it kind of all evens out because at the same time, there's flow to Mars in your loans and mortgages house. All right, I think I covered everything. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for the next month's video. It's going to be a way more in-depth and longer one because it's a huge month for each of us. It's a big energy happening as big outer planet Pluto and Saturn are going to move into slow-moving planets into new signs and going to rock our worlds individually and collectively. Thank you for listening. Hope it wasn't too fast. I can't help myself. I talk fast. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and check the description box below the title of the video to find out more about what I'm offering. Thanks, guys.